guys, it's November 8th. I'm Kimberly from the Fat Quarter Shop. This is our weekly live stream. I've been sewing this week, so I've got lots of stuff to show you guys. And I have some funny stories, so there's that. I wanted to show you Designer Mystery. What I decided I was going to do, this is block 1, is each week I'm going to take my quilt and just unfold like a little corner. And so this is 2 different blocks, but then you get a peek at like half of this block and half of this block. So, you know, if you've signed up, then you can kind of see just a little bit about what it is. And this is the program that we offer in just blocks. We offer a finishing kit and we offer a backing set. I have seen so many questions on Kimberly's Stitch Squad on Facebook about it, so I'm going to try to explain it a little bit more. So we've been doing this program for probably 11 years. And I started it, kind of the idea was to offer something really inexpensive to our customers if they just want to get a block every month, just like if you wanted to get a $5 block at your local quilt store. It's similar to that. I mean, it's not $5, but it's very similar in that it's a low price and the shipping price is included. So it would just come every month. You can build a block and you get 12 blocks. If you want our finishing, which is the instructions to make it into a quilt, you can also buy that, but you don't have to. And then we have a backing set. So that's our Designer Mystery. And I was able to make this quilt this year in 2 days. So it's very easy. The theme is floral. It's a Bloomington collection by Layla Boutique, and we always use MODA in this program. So I'm super excited about it. So if you have any questions, hopefully I explained it better this time, but if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Let's see. A few people were asking if they could see the back of the quilt.
I'm going to show you the back. Okay, I'm going to show you the back, but I'm going to preface it with, this is not the backing set you would get. You will get this portion of the backing set, the flower. I didn't have enough because we sew from sample yardage to, I didn't have enough, so I made a pieced backing. And I'll show you what I did because I needed to get it done and I didn't have time. Well, there wasn't any extra fabric. So you would get the flower. You would not get any of this other stuff. You would only get this. And your backing, this is the way I would love my backing to be, but I didn't have enough. So to make do, I made my backing into this, and I just put flowers at the top. And then I had a lot of the binding left over. And I just made my own little square, and this is a label that I got from Sweetwater Label Company, and I pay for it every month, and I get 1 or 2 labels a month from Sweetwater. So just you would get this flower. But I just didn't, you know, what we do is we get sample yardage from MODA to make our quilts, and when you don't have enough, you just make do, and I like piece backings anyway.
And let's see. Sophie Gabrielle says, are you showing the blocks from Designer Mystery block with orchard fabric, not the one from the box?
I think last year's was with orchard.
Okay, I'm confused.
So I think they're asking if the fabric you're showing is the one that comes in the box.
I don't know what box.
The Designer Mystery box.
So this is the exact quilt you would get for next year. This year, if you sign up now for 2019, it would be different. It would be last year's. I think that's what you're asking.
I think so.
That is.
Sorry.
Yes. Okay. And Shelly Edwards says, are the finishing instructions available without the kit?
We will release the pattern for the finishing after all of the finishing kits sell out. So if the finishing kits don't sell out for a year, then you don't get that, because that's kind of part of the program. And so eventually it will be available. Last year we sold out of our Designer Mystery finishing kits right away, I think. I think it was last year or the year before. And then we just immediately, once we sell out, we'll release the pattern. But if not, then the only way to get it is in the kit.
And IVRN says, is this piecing or applique?
It's all pieced.
And Kim West says, is the solid blue of the backing part of the collection or a Bella?
It's part of the collection. It's actually the binding fabric, and I just happened to somehow have a ton of that left over, so I used it. And also, we have 12 wonderful MODA designers who have designed the blocks that go within the quilt. And the first one that we're featuring is Layla Boutique, since it's her fabric, but we have lots of MODA designers, and on all of them, it will have the designer name and their website. So if you want to know more about the designer when you get that block.
Okay. Stacy Fallon says, when does this block of the month start? I love the Bloomington line.
June 2020.
And Ginger Nikatsa says, how do you get your piece back centered?
So I send it to my long arm quilter and I pray for the best. Yes, and it usually comes out. I've had one not come out so great, but you know, it happens. I'm pretty sure they can center it better than I could ever think of centering it. I know that. And what I do is I give exactly 10 inches on horizontally and vertically, so that it gives them, I try to give them something pretty accurate to start with.
And Susan Smith says, can I order from the UK?
Yes.
Julie Washburn says, is the polka dot on the back part of the fabric collection too?
Yes, and it is used in the center block. I believe that block is only in the finishing kit, and that's why I had extra of it, was because it was used in the center. So everything in that quilt is from that collection. I had to play around with the backing, but I used leftover from the collection.
And Rebecca Sherman says, are triangles on a roll used for the 2020 Designer Mystery?
No. Now, anytime within the pattern, if I had to make half square triangles, I would use my half square triangles and just figure it out in my head. But there's not enough to where you need certain rolls, I think.
Okay. And I'm seeing...
Is it in the finishing kit, Denise?
I want to say it is.
It might be I might be totally wrong on that.
I'm looking now.
Yeah, I might be wrong on that. But let me just say this, within the blocks, if, say, I had say, for example, let's pretend that this was a half square triangle in my block. I would just figure out what size this was, and I would use triangle paper for it just from my stash. And I would just figure that out on my own. And I think in the finishing kit it might use triangle. Okay, so in the finishing instructions, it does use triangle paper, but that triangle paper comes with your kit. It's H300, which is 3-inch finished, but if you get the finishing kit, you don't have to buy the paper because it's going to be in your box. Okay. Sorry, I totally forgot that, and I only made that quilt a month ago. So that tells you how many quilts I make and how I can't even remember one quilt from the other.
Okay, I guess there was some confusion because we mentioned Layla Boutique and different fabric collections. Can we just clarify,
It's Bloomington.
Yes, so
it's Bloomington. Someone made a comment. I think that's another kit. I don't know off the top of my head. I mean, I can't remember all that. So 2020 Designer Mystery, Bloomington, Layla Boutique, ships to stores in June. Our program fabric ships in May. Program begins in June. Okay. And the other collection that was mentioned, I have no idea. Off the top of my head, I don't know the answer.
Okay. Marsha Freeman says, what size is the mystery quilt?
70 by 70.
And Shul Zoo Mom says, is Carrie Nelson one of the designers for one of the blocks?
No.
Sarah Case says, will the backing be available before June?
No. Everything starts in June.
Okay. And Renee Bryan Castle says, approximately what is the cost for each month's blocks?
All of it's on the website. So just click on the links in the box below. Yeah, it's easier. Anytime I start quoting things on the, I can't keep all of that in my brain. There's just no way. So you would just have to, and also there's US, Canada, International. Just click on the links in the box below. I know we are having some search difficulty on our site this morning. So you're just going to want to click on the links below, and all that information will be there. You just click into the product, scroll down, it's all right there. It's very easy to understand.
And D. Powell 64 says, is the backing large enough to cover the entire quilt as it comes?
Yes, but you get one piece. So my quilt is not what you would get. You would get one fabric, the rose print, and it would be, of course, enough because it's your backing set, but you're going to get one fabric. You're not going to get what I did, And that's because for me to get the quilt done, to sell and to get it quilted, that's all I had.
Okay.
So you're not going to get the dot, the other thing, you're going to get one fabric.
From Cherry Gingham, for people like me who have never done one, how exactly does a block of the month kit work? Are fabrics cut? Are there pre-cuts or yardage? And is there any extra in case of mistakes?
Okay, hold on a second.
Sorry, we can take it one at a time.
Okay, I don't know.
Repeat your question.
So for someone who's never done a block of the month before, how does it work? Like, does it come with the fabrics pre-cut? Does
No.
it come with pre-cuts or yardage?
So you get it just like you would a quilt kit, you just get it in increments. So you get a pattern and you get the fabric, and what you would do is you would cut your fabric and piece your block, but you get the instructions, and our instructions do have full color. And so there's no triangle paper in this. Okay, so we were wrong. There is no triangle paper in the Designer Mystery. That was for Bloomtopia, which is our charity quilt. So this is just no triangle paper.
Okay. And then does the kit, when you buy the Designer Mystery and get it monthly, does it come with extra fabric in case you make a mistake?
Yes.
Okay.
If you make a huge mistake, I can't promise anything, but we do keep, the smallest that we put in our kits is 10 by 10, which is much bigger than most shops do.
Oh, and the question we had prior on if there's about the backing, is it, even though it's like one same fabric, is it still a pieced backing, or is like, do you get an extra wide fabric that just covers it all?
No, you have to piece it. It's
Okay.
a 44-inch wide fabric, and then you would just piece it, and it gives you enough to give you 10 inches 5 inches all the way around, 10 inches around total.
Yeah. And if you have questions on how to piece your backing, we do have videos about that on the channel. And then Margaret.
And since it's square, it's actually easy. You just cut it in half, sew it together. You don't have to think because it's not a rectangle.
And Margaret Bergen says, does each block come with background fabric
Yes.
as well? Okay. That's the questions I'm seeing at the moment. We'll keep them rolling in, but we can move on.
Awesome. So Lily has a little pop-up to show you first before I start my little. Oh wait, it's not for this. It's for something else. Never mind.
Yeah, I was like, wait.
Okay, sorry. I made so many quilts this week I can't keep up. So I'm hoping that I don't get stuck with a needle because my needle is right somewhere in here. It's actually probably lost now. So I got my binding and I have part of it done. So you're gonna see that. You're gonna see little sections that are done. Because I was in the carpool line, so I did a little section here. Like, watch this. This is how I do binding in the car. I did a little section right here. And then I stopped because I really couldn't figure out where I was. So then I started again on the other side, and I started a whole nother section over here. And this is where I'm starting here. So that's called being in a carpool line and just having very little room in your car. And I don't know where my needle is, but I'm going to have this done this weekend. This is my So Colorful Spools. And on the back, I'm going to talk a little bit about this. This is my backing. It looks much better with the binding on. But what I wanted to tell you guys was when I made this quilt, this is Moki linen, or I'm not exactly sure how you say it, but it is a MODA fabric, and it's thicker. So when I went to put my binding on my very first corner, my needle broke. And I didn't know it broke, so I kept trying to stitch because I wasn't paying attention. I have bad eyesight. Well, then the needle broke. I couldn't find the tip. When I was going to put my binding clips on, the tip was in the quilt. So what I did have to do putting this binding on is I switched to a size 90 top stitch needle so that it was like a thicker and stronger needle, because it's just so thick because you've got linen on the front and the back. I mean, this is Bella, but I was in the very corner and I just think it was just too much. So I would recommend using a size 90 putting the binding on. I've never had a needle break putting binding on, and I was like, oh. So that was kind of fun. But I was glad to find the needle tip because I was like, oh my gosh, I don't want my kids to step on, or me to step on. You know, I didn't know where it was. I couldn't find it anywhere. And then I was putting the binding clips on, and there it was. It was just stuck right in the corner. So that was funny, but not really. We do have finishing kits left over, so this is what I used. I used the binding, the Mochi linen, and the white, and that would be for your quilt top. And this is a pattern by Corey Yoder. It's called So Colorful, and it is sold on our website both as a paper pattern and a PDF, and the quilt that you see is what you can make, but in the quilt there are different sizes. And I just made blocks each month from it. There are 6 different blocks you can make from the So Colorful bundle that you get if you're a club member. So this is October's, which is black, and I'm going to show you the ones that were made by a staff member. Do you know who made these?
It's on the back, on the very bottom one, Teresa, I think.
Teresa made these, sorry.
Yay, Teresa.
And she starched, I can tell. So this is how your black would look. These are really striking. They look really good with the Mochi. I'm sure I'm saying it wrong, but that's all right. Look at how good that looks. And I had started mine and I had enough to just go ahead and make a quilt. And we are working on the pattern for next year. So if you're in the club and you want to stay in the club, you can use leftovers from this year and combine them to next year. So we're going to keep the same colors each month. So if you have leftovers, you can make your next year's even scrappier and scrappier and scrappier. So there is So Colorful. This looks really good. And I love like the gold and the grunges. So let me know if y'all have any questions on the So Colorful and the finishing kit. I am super excited to get this done. I'm going to try to finish this before I leave work today. And also, one thing that I was wondering was when I started hand putting the binding down, because I do that by hand, I was a little concerned because this is linen, and I use Black Gold by Clover. It's like a little package, and it comes with like, I don't know that much about needles. I don't know the size numbers, but it has like a smaller and thicker. So I went to the size of the needle pack that was thicker and used that, and I've had no problems. But I did use a thicker needle than I normally would, and the problem with it is it's lost in here because it was not attached. So I don't know where it is. I mean, I'll probably find it. It's probably in my car. But yeah. So there's my So Colorful.
Real quick, could we show Designer Mystery one more time?
It's really hard to no, because it's not folded up.
Well, we can show the little block, right?
This is the block right here. And the reason I can't show it is because now that I did the backing,
It's open.
I opened it and I only want to show like a little corner because it is a mystery. And I can't like just go over there and like start. Next week I'll show a different corner though.
Okay. Lots of people are complimenting your shirt. They say you look great today.
I got it at Talbot's.
Hey,
Where I get all my clothes. I had to go because I was like, it's cold. I gotta get some long sleeve shirts.
Okay. And from Angela Bullbeck, she says, I would like to buy the fabric for Farm Girl Vintage Quilts. How much should I get? Is a fat quarter bundle enough, or do I need a half yard bundle? Thanks.
Fat quarter bundle would be fine. The only problem is in our store we are sold out of the bundles because we have been waiting for Riley Blake to ship the fabric. It should come in by late November, which we're going to kind of get into soon. So I'm hoping to have more bundles soon, but I would just say a fat quarter bundle would be totally fine to start. And for that, just so everybody knows what that is, Farm Girl Vintage 2 is Lori's new book. It coordinates with Farm Girl Vintage 1 and lots of her other books where all of the instructions are 6-inch and 12-inch, which is her like thing that she developed, and it is her picture blocks. And so we're doing a sew along with her. And we're making the quilt that is on the cover of the book. And these are the week 2 blocks. So this is the kitty. Oh, can you zoom into that, Lily?
Yeah.
Her face, the kitty's face. It looks really good. Look at how good that looks. It's so cute. So there's the kitty. And here is one of the other blocks. And who made these?
Is it not on there? Teresa.
Teresa, sorry. So Teresa made these. So this is block 3 and 4 from the sew along, and anything you want to know about the sew along is on Lori Holt's blog and on the Fat Quarter Shop blog. And it makes me want to do it. I I don't have time, but I get jealous. So it's to make this quilt. And it's every Friday. The hashtag is Farm Girl Fridays, and you'll see lots of posts by Lori. The kitty. That looks really good. I think she used probably 6 strands. It looks really good.
Okay. And also lots of people are saying that they're excited. They've just joined and signed up for Designer Mystery.
Yay!
So that's exciting. And then someone was asking, okay, Christy V was asking, would the mystery quilt be easy enough for a beginner like me?
Very beginner. I made the entire front and back, even with that piece backing, in 2 days. That includes like starching, everything. And I sewed, it was quick.
And then Candy Kerr says, since I wasn't in the club this year, should I try to pick up some of this year's for next year?
It's up to you. The beginning of the year is like whites, pinks, green. Okay, let me tell you. January, I could be a little bit off, but I'm going to be close. Whites, pinks, greens, aquas, navies, grays. That's going to be your first 6 months. After that, you're going to get your darker prints, which are going to be like your blacks, browns, oranges. I think yellow was actually in the first part. So it's kind of a rainbow. So what I would do is I would go to So Colorful Club, scroll down, look at each month, see what colors you like, and the next color that you like the best, start then. That's what I would do. Because you notice that like black looks really good, but like I don't have black in my house, and I don't have like gray. Well, I have gray. I have a ton of gray. What am I talking about? But I don't have brown, and I don't have orange. So the colors that I didn't use in my house or don't like, I just saved those fabrics and just didn't use them on the front of my quilt. And I just picked, I'm looking at it. I used 5 or 6 colors on the front and 1 color on the back. And then the colors that I don't use much, I'm just saving them for something else. Or if I really don't like them, I'll just give them to somebody.
Shout out to Pat Sloan. She says, hi, Kimberly.
Hi.
And Melanie Call says, the zinnia block middle is upside down, just so you know. And she spelled so, S-E-W.
Yeah, it is. That's pretty funny because that happens to me all the time, and this time I didn't sew it. So, Denise, do you want to tell her?
Yeah. We'll let her know.
That's pretty funny. Sorry. And she pressed it so perfectly, she's going to have to undo it. I do it all the time, y'all. Y'all have saved 2 quilts of mine because, yeah.
Yay. Okay.
That's funny.
And Linda Gillespie says, Kimberly, what kind of Starbucks do you drink?
Oh, let's talk about Starbucks today because I'm a little upset.
Hot topic.
So, no. So today, my daughter's in student council. One of my boys is in student council. My daughter is, because the boys, you have to like run for office, and one of them's too young, one of them won, and one of them didn't. And the one that won, the way he won student council was, he told them that he was going to put what did he say, Dr. Pepper in all the water fountains. Because he's funny, and that's how he's on student council. But anyway, Emma's on student council also, so I had to take all 4 of them to school. I had and Piggy had to go to school too. So I had like no time this morning. I was in the car an hour, and it was either an hour and 30 minutes or 40 minutes or 20 minutes. I can't even do the math. And I went to Starbucks, and my tea was watered down. Now, when I say watered down, it was watered down, so I didn't drink it. And I didn't I should have asked for my money back, but it's just too busy. And there was no time. For me to get here, I got here 10 minutes before we started. I didn't have time. But this is what I drink. I drink a venti black iced tea, extra ice, no water, add honey, or a hot chocolate. And yesterday, Denise and I went to lunch, and I was like, you can get a free cup today. And we got 2 free cups. Yeah. And then after work, I went to the other Starbucks, and I said, do you have any free cups left? Aww. And they were looking at me like they didn't know what I was talking about. So I was like, okay, never mind. I think he was the night shift, so he didn't know. And I'm like, okay, if I don't work at Starbucks and I know about the free cup. He just looked at me like I was stupid. But it's okay, I got 1 free cup.
Okay, cool. And then before we move on, we also have 2 new YouTube members.
Thank you.
Justine Woodward, hang on, let me bring up confetti cannon. There it is. And Calculated Stitcher. Welcome, guys. There is right now an exclusive poll available to YouTube members. It'll be open until the end of the week. Voting on a color for an upcoming thing.
Yes.
That's all I will say.
And it's funny because there's a clear winner.
There is a clear winner so far, but if you want to get your votes in, now's the time to join.
Yeah, so another sew along that we have going right now. This is my quilt. It's Perfect 5. Sorry, when I look at the camera, it's backwards.
Yes.
So this is my quilt. And I'm going to show you the blocks that everyone who works here made. So it's Perfect 5. Sarah took all the blocks within the book, and you make a sampler out of it. And so we get, on our blog each week, there is a PDF that you can print, and then it tells you what to sew within the book. So you need the book, but it's on our blog. Everything's on our blog. These are Sue's blocks, and this is Harper's Garden, which is Sherry and Chelsea MODA. These are Nancy's blocks, and she's using Finnegan by MODA and Brenda Riddle. And she fussy cut this little flower right in the very center. These are Terry's. This is Shelbyville by Joe Morton. And I love how we can show you all the different styles that you can do. This is Angel's Schaffer Connie, I know I'm saying it wrong, by French General. And this week is actually kind of fun because it's fewer blocks. So if you get behind, it gives you a little bit of time to catch up. And this is Sugar Creek, and Cheryl stitched these. Super cute. Yeah, and then at the end, we're going to show you some shout outs we have from all of you guys who have made them. We're going to just show them at the end so we can do all of our shout outs at one time. So that's Perfect 5. And then, okay, Charming Baby is a brand new book that we're the publisher. It's So Emma, so that's us. And Melissa Corey, she's doing the cutest baby book. I proofed it this week. It is so cute. It has 10 baby quilts. They're really cute. They're very, to me, original and don't look like other things out there. The book is $19.95, and it's going to ship in March, and if you want to reserve it now, you get 10% off. And I have shown in a previous live stream some of the quilts because she's sewing them as she goes. So I'm going to show you 2 of the quilts that she just finished, and they're so cute. Okay, this one is called Color in the Lines. It's actually this way. Yeah, okay, so yes, it's so cute. It's 36 by 45. It uses 1 charm pack, and this fabric is Kimberly by Riley Blake. Super cute. And this is what she put on the back. Yeah, it is little. It makes me want to sew it because it's little. Yeah. And the quilting is beautiful. All of her quilting on all of these quilts has been so beautiful, and she did it all herself on her long arm. So that's pretty awesome. So that's one of them. And she has some more, and we're going to show those as they come in. This one is probably my favorite, and this one's I think the biggest one in the book. This one is called On the Move, 49 by 57. This one uses 2 charm packs, and the collection is Geometry by Janet Clare. And this little rockets, and she just put like a white on the background, and the background that she used is a grunge. And so in this, there's 4 different blocks. Like each of the rockets are different. So some have 1 rocket, 2 rockets. Like the squares, I think there's 5 different blocks in here. But very beginner. And the best thing about the book is it's super beginner friendly.
This is about Perfect 5. Marilyn Dumas was asking, what size are the blocks?
They're all different. And so the way that Sarah did it, she made it so the settings, so you can get it all put together into one big quilt. The quilt is pretty big when it's done. I don't remember the size, but it is on the blog. But they're all different, which makes it fun. And each week, sometimes you make 4, 8, 2, 1. I mean, it's all different each week, so that's kind of fun too.
And then we had a question about Margaret Bergen about Goodness Grows. She was asking, is the information for fabric requirements for Goodness Grows available anywhere, or will it only be made available after the blocks are out?
It's on the blog.
Okay, on the blog.
It's on the blog, and we had a kit, in her original collection, it sold out. We have a new kit in Sugar Creek that is now available. So we do have a kit available. They both have, the kit has pre-fused applique where you can just fuse it down and applique, but all of that is on our blog.
And also, the blog is linked below, and if you want to Google it, it is called The Jolly Jabber.
Yep, and when you get on there, you can search it.
Susan Clater is asking, are there videos with the Perfect 5?
No. We have a little video on the Perfect 5 ruler, and it's a cute little ruler. I don't think we have one right here, but it is Creative Grids ruler, and it works great with charm packs, and the Perfect 5 is a charm pack book. Another book we have for sale is Jelly Filled by Vanessa Gertsen. She is a MODA fabric designer, and she is hosting a blog hop. So she has different designers on their blog showing different things you can make from her book. And Kate made this for us, and this is the pattern is Heartthrob, and I love what she did with it. It's huge, first of all. I'm not going to be able, yeah, it is cute. It is ombre blooms. Kate made it, and Mike from the Long Arm Quilt, mylongarmquilt.com made it. And then I'm gonna try to show you the bottom, and then I'm gonna show you the back, and you're gonna all die. And then you're gonna ask me a question. I already know the question you're gonna ask, and I don't know the answer.
Oh.
So, really awesome. Okay, so on the back, she did a pieced backing, and she used a salvage. I think this is a salvage. She'll come in, peek her head in and tell us. Okay, so you're gonna have to zoom in on this, Lily. So she did the salvage up and down, and it says the designer, like it says the designer name, added up, color, thread, stitch, make, sew, quilt. So I think this is the salvage of a fabric that she has, which is added up, which is a basic.
Mm-hmm. It's really strong.
Yeah.
And then this is added up, this green. This right here, this green is added up. And so I don't know if this salvage was on this green or not, but this is definitely the salvage. So really cute idea.
Mm-hmm.
And so that is just a fun blog hop that is going on right now. And we have a free pattern. It's so cute. It is to make, it's called A Cut Above the Rest. It is a free pattern. We were gonna do a video, but it just has way too many pieces, and so I said no video. Kate made this, and Gina Tell quilted it, and she is the thread graffiti, and it's just a cute little rotary cutter. It's a splash rotary cutter. And then the back, she put a yellow polka dot, and there are kits available. And Kate is saying that that salvage.
Yes, that it was a salvage.
But is it the salvage on the green? Or is it a salvage? Okay, so Kate is saying on that green salvage, on the green fabric she used on the back, the orange is a salvage, so she just put it within. So this is a free pattern, guys. Cute weekend project. And then we have our little pop-up that Lily is going to pop up. Nope,
No?
that's the book that we did.
Oh, okay.
Sunday best.
I forgot that pop-up.
The mess up.
Oh, the mess up.
So on Monday, or actually, maybe it was Tuesday, I don't know, one day I took off work, and I was sewing, and I needed to make my Sunday best sashing. I was thinking of the word. I was trying to make sashing. But I had starched my fabric 2 weeks ago, and I forgot that I had starched some Christopher Thompson Blossom fabric, because that's my favorite background. So I had it, well, I sewed his fabric in with Corey's fabric, and then I sewed that on one side, and then on the other side I started sewing the other fabric. Well, obviously it's all the wrong fabric. So all of that was 2.5 hours of my time that was wasted. So now I'm going to show you my quilt. But I'm not done, because obviously spent 2.5 hours sewing the wrong fabric and wasting all that fabric. So Sunday best, Corey Yoder, Sherry McConnell have all the information on their blog. I've been sewing each week, and my goal this week was to have it done. But instead, I have the top done. Hold on. Okay, I have the top half of it done.
Oh.
And the block for this week is one of these. I think it's this one. I think this is this week. So at least I have half of it done. So super excited about that. I am going to finish this weekend or tonight or something because I got a little, I don't know. And I told Kevin, I said, well, that's what I get for starching my fabric and leaving it there. And he was like, it was only 2 weeks ago. I'm like, I can't remember what I did yesterday. And then since I had more time, I just didn't have any fabric. So I couldn't finish. So I decided to do my backing. So I'm going to try to not unfold the whole thing. This is the center. So this is the center. Well, I'll just unfold it so it makes sense. So I took Corey Yoder's fabric, Sugar Creek, and I love gray and yellow. So I got this label. This was the label that I got this month in the Label Club. So I just put some gray around, some yellow, and that is the center of my backing. So I have my backing done, and I think what I'm going to do is use the gray. I think I'm going to use this as my binding. I was thinking about using the stripe that is in my Sew Sampler quilt. Not my Sew Sampler, my Sew Colorful quilt. But I'm kind of iffy. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do on binding. But that shows you that I make a lot of mistakes too. I'm just glad that I hadn't sewn it into my blocks. So that was my beginning of my week. I'm sure all of you guys in the comments can start telling your horror stories. At least it wasn't a full day, I'll say that. So.
Okay. Rebecca says, love the panto on the rotary cutter. Can I ask what the design is called?
It is, off the top of my head, I know what it is. It is,
Oh, Gina said it was Easy Orange Peel.
There you go.
Thank you,
I'm
Gina.
like, it's something, yes. And if you want yours just like this, just send it to Gina.
Yes. Speaking of Gina, Gigi Odom was asking, are you still able to film on location? I need more long arm quilting with Gina Tell, specifically panographs. So I don't know if maybe next year we could do a live stream with Gina.
Yep. We'll see. I mean, we'll do a live stream. I don't know that we would do it exactly on panographs because not everybody has a long arm machine. So to me, that would be limiting. But having Gina, yes. I don't know if we would do exactly that, though.
Yes, but we will get with Gina. Also, just a comment that I really loved from Stitching with the Sisterlies. She says, quilting today, cross-stitching in between quilting. You guys send me down all the rabbit holes. My name should have been Alice. LOL.
Oh, that's funny.
That's hilarious. Okay. And Sarah Case was saying, I'm new and there's so much going on that I need to figure out all these quilts alongside going on. My tip for you is if you look in the description box below, there's links to everything as well as their titles and stuff, and it's all in the order we show it in.
And one thing that I do try to do is I try to, when I start a sew along, when the first time I show it, I go into a lot of detail. And then as I show it each week, I don't go into as much detail because I don't want to lose followers or I don't want y'all to click away because you've already heard it. But like Lily said, everything is on our blog. Everything is listed below in order. We try to be super organized. But yeah, imagine having to sew all this stuff. Oh my gosh. I had so much stuff to sew this weekend. Y'all have no idea.
Okay. Susie Clary says, when you went to a larger needle, did you go to a larger gauge of thread also when sewing on the binding?
Mm-mm. I only use Arfil 50 weight. That's all I use, and I only use Arfil. I will tell you a little story. We were just filming the other day, and I have somebody that does step outs. She won't be mad at me for saying this, I hope. But I was like, what thread are you using? What is this thread? And she told me, and I was like, oh, that's why. Thread makes all the difference. Her blocks look perfect. It was when I was trying to tear some paper off. It just didn't come off. But I only use Arfil, and it works for everything.
Okay. And from Kathleen Cameron, she says, subtitles, please, because I am profoundly deaf. We are working on subtitling all our videos. Unfortunately, at the moment, we cannot subtitle them as we go live.
Because we're live.
Because we're live, yeah, it's happening in the moment. And I see you're on Facebook, Kathleen, so if you hop onto YouTube, within the next week, this video will be subtitled. Okay. And from Denise Pineda, we all make goofs. Thanks for showing us that we are not the only ones that have to fix goofs up.
I was going to bring them, and then I was like, wait a minute, I threw them away. Like, I did unstitch some of them to salvage, but then I just, like, after unstitching for 20 minutes, I was like, you know what, I gotta do the backing.
Okay. From Teresa McMath, how does Sweetwater's Label Club work?
Okay, so I don't know anything about how much it costs, but I've been in it for years. They make a label each month. Sometimes it always has your name, I think. Sometimes it has the year, sometimes it doesn't. It always is themed. Sometimes you get one label, sometimes you get two labels. And it comes first class mail, and it has a cute little label. And so their website is like sweetwaterco.something. I don't know, Google Sweetwater Label Club. And we can link, Lily's saying the link is below. I get paid nothing to promote it. I just like it. And I just use their labels on every quilt that I have. And so another thing that I saw online this week, I don't have as much information on this one, but this is the MODA Mix It Up book. This uses the papers, the cupcake papers and the cake mix papers, and we did a trunk show on this book a couple months ago, and a lot of you bought it with a coupon. So I just wanted to tell you guys that if you bought this book, MODA is hosting a sew-along right now from November 4th through November 8th. We put the link below, but MODA has their designers that designed blocks in the book doing stuff on their blog. So it's a great way to, if you've bought the book already, you can go ahead and just look at what other people are doing with it. I just wanted to kind of let you know. And another thing, this week we did release the Beholden block tutorial. So Lily's going to do the pop-up. Yes. And this pattern is Corey Yoder's pattern, and it takes a grandmother's flower garden block and turns it into piecing, and so you do not have to do any English paper piecing. So it's a brand new video on our channel. I would love for you to watch it. All of Corey's videos have been getting so many positive comments, so thank you guys for that. And this is a really cute block. I want to make it.
Corey's also so good on video.
Yes,
she's great to work with.
Very natural.
Okay. Okay, let's see. Teresa was saying, Kimberly, because you have so much to sew for work, how do you keep your love of quilting going without getting overwhelmed by the sewing?
I power through it is what I have to do. Yeah, because I just have so much going on. I really don't ever get frustrated except for situations like now where I'm super behind. If I get behind, then I'm like, I kind of panic and, so I do have a plan for the weekend. I'm going to try to make a plan. I signed up for one of I can't think of the name of it, but it is a fig tree block of the month. I signed up for it with Fat Quarter Shop, and we're releasing it next year with All Hallows Eve. So I thought, well, let me actually make my block. So I have all that starched. I'm going to do that. Before I leave work today, I'm going to try to have the binding done on So Colorful Spools. And I have to finish the Corey Yoder quilt. But that should only take me a little bit. I have all the fabric starched and waiting. So that's my goal. I do have a super busy weekend. Lots of birthday parties. Dance. She has dance Saturday and Sunday. I'm like, oh my gosh. And then Kevin has to work Sunday, so I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to get everybody everywhere. But yeah, it'll all get done. But yeah, I most of the time love it. The only time I get kind of panicked is like when I'm behind or I feel like I'm not fulfilling my duty to my live streamers. Like I really wanted to have the So Colorful Spools binding on, and it's not. But it's going to get done somehow.
All right. A funny comment from Sarah Case. She says, okay, I'm just telling my husband I need to order 5 yards of everything.
Oh, yeah.
That's perfect. Yeah. That's exactly what you need. April Wenda says, by the way, how is Harry Potter coming along?
Quit asking, Gabriel. You're going to drive me crazy. No. He asked every week because he knows I'm not doing it because he wants me to finish. I haven't done a dang thing. I don't know. That quilt. I just don't. I don't know. Quit asking. I'm gonna email you after this. No, Lily's not allowed to ask anymore. You have to ask something else. But yes, no, I haven't. No, I haven't done anything.
Okay. Also,
but it is good when he texts me because then I'm like, okay, I'll do one block.
It's motivation.
Yes.
Peer pressure motivation. Katie from Fat Quarter Shop is asking which quilt has been your favorite so far for everyone else to let us know in the comments. So comment below what your favorite quilt has been so far. Thank you, Katie. And Cindy Krell says, what do you do with all your finished quilts? I have lots. You have so many more.
So in my house, I have in my bedroom, I have a whole bedroom, like stacked to the wall of quilts. I have a little decoration thing in my living room. There's quilts in there. I have quilts in my sewing room closet, and I have a closet upstairs that's filled. I have them all over this place. I don't even know. I see quilts all the time. I don't even remember if I made it or if I didn't. And then I have a huge cabinet type thing. It goes all the curio cabinet, I guess. It's all the way. It's full. So I give them away rarely. I have one that I'm going to give away to my sister-in-law for Christmas, but most people, and then my aunts and uncles, but most people I don't have a huge family, and Kevin's side of the family, they don't care about quilts. They're very what do you call that, minimalist, where they don't have a lot of decorations. They don't want that. That's not their style. And my mom has plenty, and my aunts and uncles, I don't know, they have plenty, so it's I don't know. And then my kids they build forts with them. But yeah, I have hundreds of. One time I sold $10,000 worth of quilts on eBay because I was I got to get rid of some. And I'm almost to the point where I'm I need to get rid of some. Because there's just not, I do it more not for the end product, but more for I enjoy sewing and cutting rather than have another quilt.
And Gabriel Fuentes was saying, Lily, did Kimberly ever figure out a Christmas Story thing from her floss tube?
Kind of. I think it's the video where he puts the tongue on the pole, and Kevin loves that movie.
Yes.
But I don't. I've never seen it.
Okay. And Jackie Boyd says, have you tried using a magnet to find the lost needle in the binding?
Oh, no.
That's a good idea, though.
It is a good idea, but no. I'm going to just get poked is what I'm going to do. Okay, so bringing home the tree. Where's here it is, right here. Lily, can you zoom into that?
Yes, I can.
I don't want to pick it up. Okay, so this is the brand new, I don't want it to break it. This is the brand new Bringing Home the Tree cross-stitch pattern by Lori Holt. And I just wanted to let you guys know that we have a cross-stitch channel. It is called Fat Quarter Shop Cross Stitch. We would love for you to subscribe to it because we don't have very many subscribers. And every Wednesday...
It's floss tube. It's Fat Quarter Shop floss tube.
So we have... Okay, let me start over.
Sorry.
So we have a cross stitch channel. Lily just said the name. We would love for you to subscribe to it. And we do a floss tube every Wednesday. And this is her brand new pattern. We're going to be doing a stitch along with it. And it is based on her cross stitch pattern or her quilting pattern. It's based on this quilting pattern right here. And I've covered up the instructions. Oh. But it's based on, this was the quilt, and it got so much love from her vintage Christmas book that she decided to put it into a cross stitch. So you can see the trees on the top, the trees on the side, and then she just added snowflakes. So that is a brand new thing, and we would love for you to subscribe to our cross stitch YouTube channel.
Yes. Links below for that. And
oh, okay, so then I just wanted to remind you guys that we have some panels. I saw these, and I was like, oh my gosh, we have so many of these panels left. So there's Sweet Christmas and Swell Christmas. This one is a snowman, obviously, and this one is a Santa Claus. And this weekend, one of the things that I'm going to do is I'm going to take Lori's Crazy Paper, which we did a tutorial on about a month or two ago, and her ruler, her trim up ruler. And I'm going to take a layer cake from Sweet Christmas. I'm going to make a little table runner for my sewing room. And then what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try in the very bottom, right there, right here on the panel. Can you zoom in, Lily?
Yes.
There's a little snowman that's smaller on this panel. And I have the kit. So I already have this panel in my kit. I'm going to try to take this little snowman piece and put it on top of, can you zoom out now so my face? I'm going to try to cut, I'm going to for sure make the little crazy paper, but then I'm going to try to take this little snowman and applique him down on a corner of it and see if it fits. So that's why I was looking at these panels, but we have a lot of them left if y'all are interested. And then Lori came out with the cutest things. Oh my gosh, these are so nice. She came out with gift tags. They are super, super nice. They're on, like, I would say scrapbookish paper, so they're thick. And so, like, this one is quilty, so it's got, like, quilty stuff. Like, I mean, look at this little pin cushion. That is, like, the cutest thing ever. And then buttons. There's tons of, I don't want to open it, but it's so cute. And then the Christmas ones are, they use her fabric designs. Cozy Christmas. That goes with vintage Christmas. And some of her blocks from the book. And then just general. So these are really nice quality. When they came in, I was like, oh my goodness, these are like really nice. I mean, I would even say they're thicker than scrapbook paper. They're super nice. So we got those this week. Just in time for Christmas. I haven't bought one gift. And then I just want to let you know that we have some of the Elizabeth Hartman kits in stock. And these are harder to do, but her stuff is so popular. So I just wanted to show you some of her kits. I never really show that kind of stuff, and I happen to really, really like her stuff, even though it's modern. So I've got that, and that's what I have this week for you today. This week I have some pop-ups to show you, like some stuff you guys have been working on social media, if we want to see that. And then I got some funny little stories that I can show you guys. So we just wanted to show and give big shout outs to everyone who is sewing along with Farm Girl Fridays. So this is Estada. So these are her blocks, super cute. And these were from last week. And then this is B Sewin 72. So hers are super cute too. And see, a lot of you are using your scraps, which is great. And then this is Deb Keller 7, super cute, and she's using Lori's fabric there. And I like how in the center she has two different blues. It looks really good. And then Donna Sturm, she is in our Stitch Squad, and she's always commenting on YouTube. We love you, Donna. And then this one, oh my gosh, look at that. I think, I was looking at it, and I think it's appliqued on top. Do you want to read that? Because I can't, Lily.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Hello, Quilty Farm Girls. I'm Ider from the north of Spain and so excited to join you all beautiful Farm Girl Vintage 2 Quilty experience. I had a really hard time choosing between Lori's pumpkin blocks from book 1 and 2, so I ended up with this scrappy version from her second book. Had to be a real carved pumpkin with a little needle-turned applique candle inside.
So I think that's super creative. And then she added some little embroidery to the top, which was really cute.
That's amazing.
And then, oh my gosh, this background is so cute. And that white pumpkin is so cute. And that is Holly Ann Middle. Holly Anna Middle. Cute. And this is Laurel Stitchery. Super cute. And she used Lori's fabric. I think she might have even used the same fabric that was in the book, maybe. And this one is My Journey in Stitches. Super cute. And this is Wendy M. Darling. And hello, that is an amazing piece of furniture right there.
Mm-hmm.
And then, okay, so that is our shout outs for Farm Girl Vintage. And now we've got some Perfect 5 shout outs. This is Alice McFarlane, and so she has been keeping up, and I think hers is Christmas themed, and that's super cute. This is Christine
A. Vanneman.
Super cute. I love her fabric choices. And Laurel Stitchery, is amazing. It makes it look more like a spool of thread. That one is amazing. And then this is Tour and Lebby. Super cute.
Yeah.
And I think that is, or I know that is Ruby Star Society fabric. And this is Corrine CB. Super cute. I think that is Fig Tree. And Gloria Cortez Martin. Super cute.
This is Patsy Wheeler.
Super cute.
Okay, back to
Yay!
the beginning.
And then do we have, oh, and then we have some crazy paper. Some people who have used Lori, this is Lori's crazy paper. I did a demo on it. And I love the table runner that I made for my sewing room so much that I'm going to make another one that I was talking about, and I'm going to bring it next week. That's also on my list to sew this weekend because it's the perfect size. So I want to have one ready for Christmas. And it's not too big. So I love all these pictures because they're all like totally different, and you can do whatever you want with it. So I'm gonna let Lily read all the names because I cannot see that far away.
Yeah, I think this is Kathy Kahn Bennett. I'm sorry if I got your name wrong. The text is pretty small for me as well. And then this is Gwenna Hicks Dottie.
And then it says sewing in the soul, or sewing soul. It's cute.
And then this is Kim Brightson Olson.
And see, I love the look of all the different colors. Like so many of you are just doing different stuff, and I love it.
And this is Noreen Polk Kilby.
Super cute.
Pat Premitz.
And then that is using Granny Chic, which is what I used when I made mine.
Oh, so cute. Stacy Teague.
And so she also has the Christmas theme going. So I'm seeing a lot of red, black, green for Christmas coming up.
And this is from Suzanne Martin McCallan.
And she also used Granny Chic.
And Tracy Greenaway.
Yay! She emailed that to us because she's not on social media.
Yes,
so we were
thank you,
super
Tracy.
excited that she emailed it.
Yes, it looks so good.
Yay! So let me know what questions you guys have from everything I went over before I start telling my little stories, because some of y'all don't care in that way.
And we can save it for the end.
Yeah.
Okay, Jane Bromley was asking, sorry if this has been asked, what Lori Holt ruler goes with the crazy paper?
Okay, it is, you trim it, so you make the crazy paper, you take a layer cake, you cut it apart, you sew it back together. And the perfect size to trim it down is 8.5. So this is her 8.5 inch trim it ruler. It's STTI-5529. And what I did in my sewing room is I made mine 6.5 because my table is not, the depth of it is not long enough. So I used that paper and cut it down to 6.5, which I know wastes, but I really need it to fit. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to make an identical one, except I'm going to try to take the snowman from my kit, because I'm still working on that kit, and put it on the corner, and we'll see if it looks good. I'll do it. If it doesn't, I won't.
Barry Stanton says, hey Kimberly, speaking of Corey Yoder quilt, how about the piped binding for it?
Oh my gosh, piped binding, that video is amazing, guys. If you have not seen that, we'll do a picture of that for next week.
Yes.
So Corey did this piped binding where she took 2 pieces of fabric, sewed them together, folded them in half, and then you put your binding on just like normal. And when you do it, it looks like you have piping in your binding, and you don't. And it is amazing. So that, yes, I should do that. Yes, because, oh my gosh, that is like, when she was here and she was showing it, I was so confused. I was like, she was like, it's so easy, you're going to get it. And I'm thinking, what? I don't get it. And until she did it, I know that sounds silly, but it was so amazing, and it just I was just like, why didn't I know this 20 years ago? So amazing.
From Kimberly Dodson, what size scrap is too small to save? I always end up thinking all of my scraps are too little to be useful, so I toss them. Is there a rule of thumb you use to decide what to keep or toss?
So what I do is not what you should do. What I do is I bring it to work, and whoever wants it gets it. Because I make so many things. If I kept all my scraps, I wouldn't have a place to sew. But what Lori does is in her Scrappy Project Planner, she writes out exactly what she does. So if you're interested, it is in that book. When she's done, she cuts different pieces up. So she has a bin where she keeps 1.5-inch squares. She has a bin with 2.5-inch squares. She has a bin for like 3.5-inch strips, and then a bin for 2.5-inch strips, because Lori's picture blocks are made with those sizes. So that's what she does. I would say just do whatever works for you. I do keep, if it is Fig Tree, Lori, or Bonnie and Camille, I do keep the leftovers. I have a little bin that goes in. And yeah, the rest of it, like I just give to people. I don't throw it away. But I would say just do whatever works for you. And like if you don't have room and you throw it away, you throw it away. Like, do what you want to do. Do you. Like, who cares? Nobody's in your room watching you.
From Pat Riemenschneider, let's give Kimberly and Lily a thumbs up. Thank you, Pat. Yes, don't forget, if you like what you're watching, give us that thumbs up and subscribe if you're not ready.
She means on the video. I didn't even get it. Yes, do that.
That too.
So, I didn't know. I didn't even get it, Lily. I'm so... Let me tell you, that tea, not having my tea, I'm going to Starbucks right after this because I'm just, like, off. I'm so sorry, guys. Yes. I get headaches from not having enough caffeine.
Okay, and Shirley Johnson Hagen was asking if I won the Halloween dress-up contest. I did not this year. I will admit the costume that did win was pretty amazing.
Okay, who was she?
It was...
Elvira or something?
No, she was Frankenstein's wife, because she had the hair like Frankenstein's wife, but in 2019. So she was like dressed like modern, but...
See, I don't get it. But
yeah.
It was amazing. Her hair was huge.
Yeah, she looked really good.
Yeah. And we have some pictures of all of that for the people that wanted to be photoed on social media.
Yeah, they're on
yeah. Not everybody wants to be photoed, you know, like...
Okay.
Yeah.
And... Sorry, I'm getting through the questions here. Jill Belk says, could you explain how to applicate the large Santa and snowman panel, or how it works?
So I'm going to figure it out. I don't know. We're going to figure it out. But I would just, what I think I'm going to do in my head, this is what I think I'm going to do, is I'm going to cut about 1/4 inch around, and then I'm going to fold it under, and I've got some applique needles. They're shorter, and they're not as sticky, and I will probably just fold them under, pin it, and then I will hand stitch it. Anything that I do, I'm not great at applique, but I will hand stitch it. It's small, it won't take long, and I'll probably put it in the corner where the edges, like 2 of the edges, get put in the binding, so I only have to stitch 2 sides. That's it. And if it works, it might not look good.
We do also have a new YouTube member, Mary Ruth. Welcome,
you.
Mary. Yay. All right, and then C. Lombard was asking, good morning from Arizona. How is Piggy?
He's so good. I have a picture I'm going to show at the end. He's so good. It's cold, and he does not like it. He likes to be outside, actually. And when it's cold, he will bark. That's about the only time he barks. I mean, he will bark to get in the house. He does not like it. And he doesn't like it when I put a sweater on him either. He'll figure out how to take it off.
Funny comment from Teresa. She says, Kimberly appliquing, I may pass out here.
Yeah, I know. Seriously. It might not work, though, because when I put that snowman on, if it doesn't look good, I'm not doing it. And if I'm too tired.
And Vicky on Facebook was asking, can we see Lily?
You want to go?
I can go.
Okay, Lily.
I've also come out in previous live streams, so I'll make a brief hello.
Didn't you make that dress? No.
No, this is thrifted.
Oh, okay.
It's from Old Navy originally.
Hi, it's Lily.
It's
See,
me.
she even looked the wrong direction.
Yeah, I was like, wait.
I always look the wrong direction.
Yeah, there's a screen over there. We need to figure out how to flip it. But hello, I'm Lily.
I don't think you can flip it. Can you?
I'm sure there's a way.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I always, yeah.
And that's what we got at the moment.
Okay, so I have I'll show some little stuff from my family. So the first picture, let's see what that is. The first picture is, I can't remember. Okay, these are my kids in Halloween. So on the left is Emma. On the right is my doggy Piggy. He's dressed like Puppuccino. He's giving her a kiss. And then the Marshmallow Man is Peyton. Captain America is Christopher. And Will is like some kind of ninja. He just really did not want to dress up. So that was like the least dressed up he could get.
And then Piggy's the Puppuccino.
He's so cute. And that is not my house. That is like somewhere else. Okay, so this week was Christopher's birthday. So we had to have two birthday dinners because Emma couldn't go to the first one. And so they're so tired because we got home so late because we never got to eat. And this was him yesterday in the car in his brand new 76ers shirt, trying to read his book. Oh. And you notice that he's wearing shorts. Even though it's freezing outside, they wear sweatshirts and shorts to school. But that was him. He's so cute. But for his birthday, he got a little gift. So the next one is the text that I got coming home. So this says Emma at the top. That is not Emma. That is Christopher. I guess I should have whited that out. But anyway, he says, Will stole my birthday gift. Answer now. He stole my boombox. Hurry. And I'm driving home. Anyway, I didn't read him. So the next one is I get home and Will has written this whole thing about where the boombox can be found. It's a riddle. I don't know what that means. So we have a lost boombox and he says he will not give it back. I mean, he will if I told him to, but I think it's kind of funny. So that was my funny for the week. I don't know if y'all can read that, but it is, if y'all can figure out what that means and where that boombox is, let me know so I can go home and get the boombox. I mean, I kind of think it's funny. Like if I told Will give me the boombox, he would give it to me, but I kind of think it's funny because he has two, so it's not like he's dying if he doesn't have one of them. And then let's see, the next photo is, this was Emma last week at dance.
She looks so good.
Thanks, she's getting so big. And then the next one is, okay, so Peyton, they have a lottery system in the 4th grade for broadcast. So that means that on Tuesdays and Thursdays they do a broadcast. And it's a lottery system, and if you're interested, you enter your name in the lottery. So I entered, of course, Peyton and Will. Will didn't get it, so Peyton did. And this is him on his broadcast. And he's so cute, and he's got Seattle Seahawks. He loves them. So those are my, oh, and then the next picture is Piggy. That's Piggy, and that's how he sleeps at night. That is him on my stomach. That's how he sleeps every night.
Aww.
I know, he's so cute, right? So that's what I have this week, guys.
Okay. We do have a question from Crafting a Planned Life. How advanced is bringing home the tree cross stitch? I've never cross stitched before, but I'd love to start.
It's easy. And if you stitch it on 10 count, it's even easier. Very easy. And all of our patterns are full color, and they're big, and they're on cardstock, so there would be no problem with you seeing it.
And Gwenna Higgs-Dottie's asking, how did Emma do at the dance contest?
Oh my gosh, next question.
Okay.
That was bad. She did
Aw.
bad. That's okay. It happens.
Yeah, we all
She
have
did
our
bad
days.
all weekend. It's okay.
A few people were saying they love you, they love us, we
Oh.
love you guys. Thanks
Thank
for the
you.
love. Yes, love you guys so much. Melanie Barrett says, Lily, I pictured you with curly hair.
Oh, she does have curly hair.
It's just straight today,
Yes.
even though it's rainy. It's
So
probably
it's
gonna get
naturally curly, right?
Yeah.
And then sometimes it gets poofy.
Yeah, especially in the rain.
Is that why?
Yeah, well, humidity makes it go.
Yeah.
for
Her
good
hair,
off.
she dresses, okay, every day. She dresses different, and her hair's different, and her makeup's always the same. But you don't ever know, like, what. She always wears different clothes. Like, I'm like, I don't know what's in your closet, but she's like, and she mixes and matches all her clothes.
Yeah.
Which is really cool, because I just, like, wear boring
thank
stuff.
you.
She's always, like, hip. She's, like, the hip
Thank you.
hip
That's
person in here, because I'm not.
And then Marsha Turner, because we were talking about coffee, she said, never learned to like coffee. I'm a hot tea lady and chocolate milk.
Yeah, I don't like coffee. I like the smell of it, though.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I was going to say, because you like cold tea, iced tea.
Oh, I only drink
And
iced
hot
tea with a lot of
chocolate.
ice, and I don't like hot tea.
Yes. Okay, Carol Schneeberger says, where can I find information on pipes binding method you were talking about?
And our YouTube channel. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We released it in the last week, right? Or week and a half.
Yeah, it was about a week ago.
Yeah, and then you just do, like, you can just search on our channel, Corey Yoder Piped Binding. It's really neat, guys. Really neat.
Yeah, if you guys have any last questions here, feel free to ask them.
Yeah, and if not, I hope you guys have a great weekend. I have a lot of sewing, and I hope I find my needle in that quilt somehow. So I'll see you next week.
All right, bye guys.
Bye.